I found a Tascam 4-track tape cassette recorder in a wardrobe. Let's see if I can use this thing to make some music. I quite like the sound of tape. There's quite a lo-fi quality to them. I mean, they don't necessarily sound good. When I record into Pro Tools, I have limitless control over what I do. I can piece things together like a jigsaw puzzle, putting things together until it sounds how I want it to sound. But you just don't have that capability when it comes to recording to a 4-track tape recorder, which means you have to visualize what you want the overall thing to sound like before you start. And then it's all about execution. You have to settle for things that have imperfections in them. And these imperfections make things feel a bit more real and add this human quality to the music. Me and my friends used some 4-track tape recorders to record our bands around 20 years ago now. And I actually found one of these machines at my mum and dad's house. This thing had been in a cupboard. This thing had been in a cupboard for at least 10 years, so it definitely needed some TLC. It was absolutely filthy, covered in dust. I am not a technician. I just want to clean it up and see if it works. I'm sure there'll be faults with it, but if I can use it to record anything, then I'll be happy. Now I've basically given the machine a dusting and I've cleaned the heads with this audio video head cleaner stuff. Now I have fiddled around with it just to test, you know, how to actually use this thing, and I think I know enough to give it a go. I'm just playing 4 chords on this kids nylon string acoustic guitar. So I want there to be 2 guitars playing the exact same thing, 1 pound hard left, 1 pound hard right. I want to have a lead vocal going straight down the middle. I don't know what to play. I'm gonna play something anyway. And I want to have 2 backing vocals, 1 hard left, 1 hard right. But it's a 4-track, I only have 4 tracks to play with. I'm now just going to get a level between the acoustic guitar that I want to be on the right side and this backing vocal that I want to be on the right side, and then I'm going to ping pong it down onto track 4 and do another backing vocal and send that backing vocal with the left guitar onto track 3. It is pretty safe to say that I have just recorded something, and when I say something I do not mean something good, but I have recorded something. I've used a bunch of different techniques and it's taken ages. I must have started this like 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago. Genuinely, that was really fun to do, and I really enjoyed learning about how to use the machine a bit better, even though I've got a lot to learn. I like the sound of it. I like that it sounds so analog and so natural. And I like the fact that I had to plan things out, especially when it comes to like bouncing things down. You have to commit to decisions because you can't go back anymore. But a part of me is thinking, that took 2.5 hours to do a test recording, and that was doing everything with 1 or 2 takes. I mean, if I'm doing actual songs on there and I need to do multiple takes of things, just rewinding and playing things back to listen to them takes up so much time. Maybe it's worth me looking into ways of trying to add some of the control that I'm used to having when I use things like Pro Tools into the recording process with the 4-track. So I started searching around for ways to gain a bit more control. One of the things that I found was a way of sending each track individually into a separate input on your interface, which means you could record each track on their own. I was even making a mistake, or there's something wrong with the machine, I don't know, but I just could not get this to work. Another thing I found that really excited me was the idea of recording a song as normal, mixing it in Pro Tools just like I always do, and then sending that mix out to the 4-track. So then you get the sound of the tape and this lo-fi, natural, analog kind of quality, and then sending it straight back to Pro Tools. So it's more like a mastering tool. But I had some problems while figuring it out, and again it took me another 3 or 4 days. Every time I'd record anything, it'd sound like it was peaking and distorting, and there's a lot of scratches and pops. I could only get it to record without these pops and crackles and gain and distortion and stuff when I had it on really, really low settings. And I've realised since plugging it in through my interface into Pro Tools, if I listen to it through my interface headphones, it doesn't do any of that distortion. And what I think it is there's something wrong with the circuitry in this machine going to the headphone output. I guess what sparked my interest with this entire topic to begin with was the fact that you don't have complete control of everything. Why had I just spent over a week trying to figure out how to get the control that I have anyway when I use Pro Tools? And I think it all comes down to insecurity. Whenever I make the slightest mistake with something, I will gladly re-record it, and I end up doing hundreds, sometimes thousands of takes. I have no problem piecing things together to make things sound the way that they're meant to. And when you're doing things to tape, you can't do that, and that's the thing that's intrigued me about tape in the first place. It's about capturing a performance, but I'm really insecure about how I perform things. What I think I need to do now, just to get myself in the right mindset to use this machine the way it's meant to be used, is I need to do a completely stripped back thing and just perform something. A little while back, I made a video about writing a song for my little boy. I really don't like the recording I did of the song. I'm just gonna sit down and just perform the song, just like I do when I sing it to him every night. And I'm gonna have to try my best to deal with the imperfections.
The lights, close your eyes, I'll read you a story as you're falling off to sleep. Say goodnight. You look tired. Another story as you're falling off to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, little boy, go to sleep.
I don't necessarily like the performance I've done here, but I do like the sound of this because it does feel very human. And I suppose that all comes down to me relinquishing control and dealing with the imperfections and just having fun creatively. So I'm going to leave you with the song that I've recorded, but if you like this video and you like this idea of just seeing the behind the scenes of what it's like to make music as a regular person, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time, guys.